When I walk through the halls of my high school, there are many common phrases that I hear. But one that stands out is how many people say something like, "My social anxiety is really kicking in today." Most teenagers today are so accustomed to having low self-esteem that they would hear this and think nothing of it. I notice it though. And it saddens me a little bit to see so many people who I know are capable of so many great things have such little faith in themselves. As I've gotten older, I've learned how to focus on the positives in life and advocate for myself, but some people just aren't as comfortable in tough situations. One of FBLA's main goals is to establish confidence in its students. This is not only important for FBLA as an organization, but it's important for all students to practice, because the more strength we have as a young, growing generation, the more power we have to make positive changes in the world. So today, I'm going to talk about why confidence levels in the average teen are so low, a personal connection I have to it, and finally, some ways that we can boost the self-esteem of students right here in our FBLA community. But let's start out with the depressing things, just like every teenager tends to do. Now hang on, you may think I just used that as a funny transition, but it's actually a major part of the problem. Teens today spend way too much time dwelling on the things that tear them down. And when teens are constantly surrounded by people who have this negative way of thinking, it starts to weave its way into their own mindset. According to the most recent available data from the Child Mind Institute in 2017, 1 in 3 adolescents will have some sort of social anxiety by the age of 18. Just think what will happen if 1/3 of our next generation of leaders is afraid to talk to or speak in front of people. With 1/3 of teenagers today paralyzed by the fear of speaking up, we are significantly reducing the positive impacts we can make on this world. But why should I care so much about confidence? I'm a normal teenager. I should be having a mental breakdown in my bedroom because I saved all my homework for 11 o'clock at night. But the thing is, I have a very personal connection to confidence. At 3 months old, I was diagnosed with a rare eye condition that rendered me legally blind. Through the years, I've had to put up with society's perceptions and stereotypes of what a blind person should be, people who think I can't do anything, and obstacles that get in the way of my everyday life. This past summer, though, I participated in a program with 10 other blind and visually impaired teenagers. We lived in the dorms of the Portland State University campus for 6 weeks, got jobs, and got everywhere via public transit. I definitely wasn't the most confident in my skills for a visually impaired person going into the start of the program. But with the community I had around me in a little bit of time, I was one suggesting we go do things as a group. And I was someone that people asked to come with them when they wanted to go somewhere or do something. That feeling of fulfillment I had when I had that confidence in myself and instilled it in others was truly empowering. I want to help everyone feel like I did this summer. So let's talk about some ways right here in FBLA we can boost the self-esteem of students in our chapters. Simply by joining FBLA, students are surrounded by a group of people who want to be leaders. And when teenagers are surrounded by another group of people who want success for themselves, their mindset, drive, and work ethic get a bit of a boost. So the first step is to join. But the second, and probably the more important step, is establishing a community within your FBLA chapter where people feel welcome. And that's not just on the advisor. That's a task that everyone in the chapter should take up so students feel like they can speak their mind and excel. Not just in business education, but in life. It's definitely not easy to be a leader. And some people are stuck in the mindset that they aren't even capable of being leaders. That way of thinking is becoming more and more common every single day. But after hearing the problems with confidence in today's average teenager, my personal connection to it, and some ways right here in FBLA that we can boost the self-esteem of students in our chapters, I hope that the second FBLA goal of establishing confidence in students has just a little more meaning for you. Because I know everyone, whether they know it or not, is capable of great things. They just need to have a little faith in themselves. Thank you.